and go and fight for your country and for what you believe in. Because on the other side, people are being forced to join the military and join the war against their will. People are being forced to leave their countries because of the mentality of people like you. Hello everyone, welcome once again to the channel. My name is Portelles, and today we're going to be talking about a very controversial statement that was made by Oksana Fedorova, which is the former Miss Universe 2002. In her public communication, she kind of justifies the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, her home country. And of course, as you can imagine, this has created a lot of reactions from Russian queens, from Ukrainian queens, from the international community as well. And during this video, we're going to be talking about all of those things, and I'll also give you my own take on her statement and what she had to say. Now, for those of you who might not be aware, Russia has just declared war to Ukraine and they have started attacking their territory. There have been already several deaths. We have seen videos of cities being bombarded, people trying to escape the country, families being separated. Men between 18 and 60 years old don't have a choice but to join the military. And all of this is because Russia's decision to go at war with Ukraine. So during this video, we're going to be talking about this entire thing from the perspective of the statement that Oksana just made and the responses that she has been receiving, so we can try to understand together as members of the pageant community, I guess, what this implies and what is the danger of such a statement. So if you're interested in this topic, keep watching. I will see you right after the intro. Alright, so just a few hours ago, Oksana shared on her social media this photo of a soldier standing in front of a religious picture, like it seems to be a portrait of the Virgin holding baby Jesus. And what's even more interesting is the caption that she had for this particular photo. Of course, the entire thing was in Russian, but when you translate it to English, you realize that what she was actually saying is that understanding current events, it is our duty to support the decisions of the country's leadership. Russia has always acted as it should have. We have no other choice. We have a duty to protect our citizens and end lawlessness. Life has always put Russia in a difficult situation, but it has always emerged the winner. I believe in Russia. So as you can imagine, this type of statement in the middle of a war can be very, very polarizing. And there's two things to take into consideration here. The first one is that Oksana did not necessarily encourage the war, but at the same time, she's implying that it is our duty to trust whatever Russia is doing and whatever, the government decides to do. It's all part of, following your leader and all of that. And I think that this is a dangerous mentality to have. But deep down, you also have to expect it from her because she comes from a military background, which we will talk about later on during this video. As you can imagine, something like this immediately provoked several reactions from international and even national queens. We have the very clear example of Miss Universe Ukraine 2021, who went on her social media and decided to share this photo of her holding a sign saying peace in Ukraine. When you think about it, Ukraine, the people of Ukraine, the government, and even the population, all they want is peace. Ukraine has been a democratic country for over 30 years, and I am pretty sure that they had no intentions of changing that. Therefore, this entire attack and military occupation from Russia was completely unasked for. We keep on hearing from people of Ukraine on social media asking for help, asking for visibility, for us to share knowledge and to share facts to help their cause. And then you have people like Oksana on their end who are using their 1 million followers platform to say that it's okay, we should be on the government side and just trust whatever they're doing. Yet another Ukrainian queen decided to take to social media. Her name is Alessia Stefanko, and she was the first runner-up in Miss Universe 2011. Here's what she had to say: "My beautiful Ukraine, no words can describe how devastated I am, how much pain I feel for my people in Ukraine. Although I'm 1,000 miles away, this doesn't mean I don't care. Praying for all Ukrainian people and Ukrainian army. We're strong and the victory is close. Please don't be silent. Let the world know what is happening in Ukraine. My followers from Russia, don't let to fool yourself. It's not your war. Keep your voice up against dictatorship in your country." This is the problem that I have with this entire thing and the Oksana situation, because I get it that she is a patriot and she loves her country and she trusts whatever it is because she served in the military, she was a police officer. But this is similar to when, for example, you are being called something like a racist. When people call you a racist, most people just go like, no, not me. It couldn't be me because I have like a black friend or this or that. But when people are calling you out for something, very few people take a moment to say, okay, tell me about it. Why is it that you think that about me? Like, what have I done? How can I improve? And here's the thing. The entire world is looking at Oksana right now and telling her, girl, what you did is wrong. You cannot endorse the occupation of a foreign territory just because you trust your leader. There are so many more consequences to war than just, political impact, but lives are lost. People lose their homes, lose their shelters, lose family members. Families are divided. The entire stability of a country is at stake. And because of international laws, we might be even risking going into World War III. What's even more interesting is that in this scenario, it's not even like Russia versus Ukraine, but I feel like it's the Russian government versus Ukraine, because even within the population in Russia, we have seen several manifestations and people complaining, people saying that they do not want war. One of these people was former Miss World 2008 from Russia, Ksenia Tsukhinova. In a public statement, she said, "How is your morale? I am in a state of pain, fear, grief, and uncertainty. I can't believe my eyes that this is happening to my homeland now. For the first time in my life, I am ashamed and bitter to be Russian. We don't want war. Peace to us all." To me, this is a very interesting perspective, because to feel ashamed of your country and where you come from based on the decisions that are being made and how the international community now perceives you, it's something major to say, especially when you have a platform that you not only represented your country internationally, but also you were named the title holder of Miss World, which is everything about peace and charity and finding solution and creating links rather than breaking them. For me personally, when Oksana comes out with such a damaging statement, I ask myself, what is the definition of patriotism? Because this is what is being used in order to justify whatever she is saying. Patriotism is the feeling of love, devotion, and sense of attachment to one's country. This attachment can be a combination of many different feelings, language relating to one's own homeland, including ethnic, cultural, political, and historical aspects. In other words, patriotism is the feeling of belonging unconditionally to a country and supporting whatever they do. However, patriotism shouldn't equal blind support. It is important for the citizens of a country and for the people who live and are affected by the decisions of the country to be able to critique and give feedback to their leaders. It is also important that the citizens have the ability to request and demand corrections when needed. This is the very first principle of democracy. And when you don't have these things, I'm sorry, but you are living within a dictatorship. This is coming from someone who was born and raised in Cuba, a country that historically has been tagged as being a dictatorship, as being an ally with Russia, and just being compared, always put in the same box because of the entire communism thing. So I do understand firsthand that when the people don't have the ability to express themselves, to condemn something publicly, and to demand the rights and their voice to be heard, that there is something happening over there and democracy is not being respected. I personally condemn the war in Ukraine. There is no way to justify a war. There is no political agenda that will ever be more important than human lives. You can argue with me for hours and you will never convince me of that. So I guess that in a way, my message to Oksana and the entire thing is that, you know what? You are entitled to your opinion, to your own sentiments and feelings and emotions. However, if you are willing to justify the actions of your country and the political decisions that have been made, I just hope to see you there at war on the first rank. I would hope that you will stop living your dream life for a moment and go and fight for your country and for what you believe in. Because on the other side, people are being forced to join the military and join the war against their will. People are being forced to leave their countries because of the mentality of people like you. Last time I checked on your social media, you were still living the dream life and visiting places and having a wonderful time and even having people making videos of you for Instagram. How fun is that? But at the end of the day, I feel like an image is worth 1,000 words. So I will close my video with this statement. If Russia stops fighting, there will be no war. If Ukraine stops fighting, there will be no more Ukraine. There you go, everyone. I will leave the rest for your own consideration. And as you know, this type of things keep on evolving. There's always more news and new things that come out to the light. So I encourage you all to please do your own research, do your own diligence, look for information, and also use your platform, no matter how big it is, how small it is. Use it to bring awareness and put information out there that might be helpful for the people who are going through this very, very difficult and unfortunate situation. Miss Universe Ukraine 2021 also shared some tips and things that for foreigners can do in order to help the situation. So I will leave them right here on my screen if you guys want to take a screenshot or maybe spread on your social media as well. And I guess that's pretty much it for today's video. Before you go, as usual, come here and give me a hug, because that's a little tradition and I think we need it now more than ever, don't we? Please take care, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I will see you very soon next time. So I'm sending you all my love, all my kisses, and see you soon.